Hello students, myself Amrita Dhar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Engineering Department of Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management, JIS Group. Now, I will teach you switchgear and protection. The syllabus of the subject switchgear and protection has been almost covered, but some topics I have missed. In this video, I will discuss about those topics: CT and PT in protection from Module 2, CVT and CCVT from Module 2, static and microprocessor based relay from Module 3. First is CT and PT in protection. You all have an idea about what is current transformer and what is potential transformer. A current transformer is a type of transformer that is used to reduce or multiply an alternating current. It produces a current in its secondary which is proportional to the current in its primary. And what is PT? The potential transformer may be defined as an instrument transformer used for the transformation of voltage from a higher value to the lower value. This transformer step down the voltage to a safe limit value which can be measured by the ordinary low voltage instrument like a voltmeter, wattmeter or watt-hour meter. Now the current transformer along with the voltage transformer are instrument transformer. Instrument transformer scale the large values of voltage or current to small and standardized values that are easy to handle for the measuring instrument and protective relay. The instrument transformer isolate measurement or protection circuit from the high voltage of the primary system. Instrument transformer are used for measurement and protective application together with the equipment such as meters and relays. Their role in electrical system is of primary importance as they are a means of stepping down the current or voltage of a system to measurable values, such as 5 ampere or 1 ampere in the case of a current transformer or 110 volt or 100 volt in the case of a voltage transformer. This offers the advantages that measurement and protective equipment can be standardized on a few values of current and voltage. So instrument transformers scale the large values of voltage or current to small standardized values that are easily to handle for measuring and protective relays. Measuring instruments and protective relays. The instrument transformer isolate measurement or protection circuit from the high voltage of the primary system. A current transformer provides a secondary current that is accurately proportional to the current flowing in its primary. The current transformer presents a negligible load to the primary circuit. Current transformer are the current sensing units of the power system and are used at the generating station, electrical substation and in industrial and commercial electric distribution. Mainly current transformer are used to supply information to the protective relay and or current, power, energy metering instrument. For this purpose, they must supply a secondary current proportional to the primary current. Now next is CT in protection versus CT in measurement. A protection current transformer must saturate sufficiently high to allow a relatively accurate measurement of fault current by the protection whose operating threshold can be very high. Current transformers are thus expected to have an accurate limit that is usually fairly high. Note that the associated relay must be able to withstand high overcurrent. An instrument current transformer requires good accuracy around the nominal current value. The metering instrument do not need to withstand current as high as the protection relays. This is why the instrument CTs, unlike the protection CTs, have the lowest possible safety factor in order to protect this instrument through early saturation. Next is the PT in protection versus PT in measurement. The PT can be used for both metering and protection. However, for long voltage rating where accuracy is important, metering PT is different. For measurement voltage transformer, the accuracy class is designated by the highest permissible percentage voltage error at rated voltage and with rated burden prescribed for the accuracy class concerned. The standard accuracy classes for measuring voltage transformers shall be 0.1, 0.2, 0.5, 1 and 3. The accuracy class for a protective voltage transformer is designated by the highest permissible percentage voltage error prescribed for the accuracy class concerned from 5% of rated voltage to a voltage corresponding to the rated voltage factor. The standard accuracy classes for protective voltage transformer are 3P and 6P. Next is CVT and CCVT. CVT, what is full form of CVT? Capacitive voltage transformer. CVT is a step down transformer just like potential transformer which converts high voltage into low voltage. Capacitor voltage transformer converts transmission class voltages to standardized low and easily measurable values, which are used for metering, protection and control of the high voltage system. Normally, in high voltage system, the line voltage or current cannot be measured. Therefore, instrument transformers such as PT and CT are generally used. At the same time, in EHV lines, the cost of PT is high because of its insulation. In order to reduce the cost of insulation, the capacitive voltage transformer are used instead of standard potential voltage transformer. Now, what is the working principle of CVT? CVT is working under principle of potential divider. It consists of two capacitors to form a potential divider, line reactor and a step down transformer. Here the line reactor is used to compensate the capacitor's phase shift. The value of inductance is so adjustable. The inductance compensates the voltage drop occurs in the transformer because of the reduction of the current from the potential divider. But in actual practice, the compensation is not possible because of the induction losses. The capacitor or the potential divider is placed across the lines whose voltage is to be measured. Let C1 and C2 be the capacitor placed across the transmission lines. C1 is the capacitor near the transmission line and C2 is the capacitor near the ground wire. Now the output of the potential divider acts as an input to the step down transformer. The capacitor places near to the ground C2 have high capacitance as compared to that placed near the transmission line. C2 is greater than C1. The high value of capacitance means the impedance of that part of the potential divider becomes low. Thus low voltage pass to the potential transformer. The voltage across the individual capacitor is V1 and V2 and the line voltage is V line by 1.732 equals to Vp. Now as the potential transformer is connected across the ground, hence the voltage across the C1 is applied by applying the potential divider rule V1 equal to Vp C2 by C1 plus C2 and voltage across capacitor 2 V2 is equals to Vp C1 by C1 plus C2. Now as the voltage across C1 is greater than C2, as C2 is as C2 is greater than C1, so we can say V2 less than V1. Thus the value C1 by C1 plus C2 is small. The low value of the voltage is obtained from capacitor C2. The low voltage can be easily stepped down by the potential transformer. Next, CCVT. The full form of CCVT is capacitor coupled voltage transformer. Now CCVT is a switchgear device used to convert high transmission class voltage into easily measurable values which are used for metering, protection and control of high voltage systems. Additionally, CCVT used as coupling capacitor for coupling high frequency power line carrier signals to the transmission lines. The working principle is same as the CVT. Next is the static and microprocessor based relay. Static relay. What is the definition of static relay? The relay which does not contain any moving parts is known as static relay. In such type of relay, the output is obtained by static components like magnetic and electronic circuit. The relay which consists static and electromagnetic relay is also called static relay because the static units obtain response and the electromagnetic relay is only used for switching operation. The components of the static relay are shown in this figure. The input of the current transformer is connected to the transmission line. The input of the current transformer is connected to the transmission lines and the output is given to a rectifier. The rectifier was rectifying the input signal and pass it to the measuring units. The rectifying measuring unit has comparators, level detector and the logic circuit. The output signal of the relaying unit obtains only when the signal reaches the threshold value. The output of relaying measuring unit acts as an input to the amplifier. The amplifier amplifies the signal and gives the output to the output devices. The output device activates the trip coil only when the relay operates. The output is obtained from the output device only when the measured has the well-defined value. The output device is activated and gives the tripping command to the trip circuit. The static relay only gives the response to the electrical signal. The other physical quantities like heat, temperature, etc. is first converted into the analog and the digital electrical signal and then act as an input for the relay. Now, what are the advantages of static relay? First, the static relay consumes very less power because of which the burden of the measuring instrument decreases and their accuracy increases. Second, the static relay gives the quick response, long life, high reliability and accuracy, and it is shock proof. Third, the reset time of the relay is very less. Fourth, it does not have any thermal storage problems. Fifth, the relay amplifies the input signal which increases their sensitivity. Sixth, the chance of unwanted tripping is less in this relay. Seventh, the static relay can easily operate in earthquake-prone areas because they have high resistance to shock. And what are the disadvantages of static relay? The components used by the static relay are very sensitive to the electrostatic discharge. The electrostatic discharge means sudden flow of electrons between the charged object. The special maintenance is provided to the component so that it does not affect the electrostatic discharges. The relay is easily affected by the high voltage surges, thus precaution should be taken for avoiding the damages through the voltage spikes. Third, the working of the relay depends on the electrical components. Fourth, the relay has less overloading capacities. Fifth, the static relay is more costly as compared to the electromagnetic relay. And the last, the construction of the relay is easily affected by the surrounding interference. For integrated protection and monitoring systems, programmable microprocessor controlled static relays are preferable. Next is the microprocessor based relay. Now, microprocessor relays provide many functions that were not available in the electromechanical or solid state design. Relay logic is very important to understand the microprocessor based relay. The relay can be on or off, that is, it has two stable states. Next is the block diagram of microprocessor based overcurrent relay. Similarly, the output of a logic function is activated. The output of the CT is given to the input of the receiver block. where the signal is processed. Signal processing includes overvoltage protector rectifiers, smoothing filters, auxiliary CT, etc. depending on the requirements. This signal is an analog signal. The AD converter converts it into digital signal, and that is accepted by the microprocessor. The microprocessor is a block of decision making. The received digital signal is compared with the reference to generate the analog to operate the trip coil. This is achieved by a DA converter. The data logger captures the data and sends it to the microprocessor when there is a request from the microprocessor. The information can be displayed with a suitable display device when taking the signal from the microprocessor. What are the advantages of microprocessor based relay? The main advantages of this relay is that it is programmable. The program can be handled the online calculation and make the decision accordingly. There are other advantages of microprocessor based relay, that it can perform the retransmission operation of several systems. It is very efficient and reliable, highly accurate, very fast in operation, programmable in nature. A unit can perform a retransmission of several systems, economical for large systems, useful for centrally coordinated backup protection. Now, only care that must be taken is that microprocessor unit must be properly shielded as it gets affected by external interference and environment. Proper care of earthing must also be taken. Now, what is the difference between static relay and electromagnetic relay? The power consumption in static relay is very less, 1 milliwatt, and for electromagnetic relay, power consumption is high, around 2 watt. Moving contacts. Now, in static relay, no moving contacts are required, so no problem of arcing, no needs to replace the contacts. In electromagnetic relay, moving contacts are present and problem like arcing, replacement of contact is necessary. Effect of gravity, gravitational force. No effect of gravity on operation of static relay. Gravitational force can affect the electromagnetic relay. Position of relay. Now, relay can be installed, static relay can be installed at any location and any position. But electromagnetic relays has to be installed straight only and away from the magnetic field. Next is the comparison between electromechanical and numerical relay. Numerical relay is microprocessor relay. Now, first size, electromechanical relay is bigger than the numerical relay. Numerical relay is compact. Characteristics. The characteristics of electromechanical relay is fixed and characteristics of numerical relay is selectable. Flexibility. Electromechanical relay is not flexible. The numerical relay or microprocessor based relay is flexible due to programmability. Communication features. Communication features not available in electromechanical relay and it is available in numerical relay. Blocking features is not available in electromechanical relay and it is available in microprocessor based relay. Self-supervision also not available in electromechanical relay and it is available in microprocessor based relay. Adaptability, it is not, the electromechanical relay is not adaptable. Numerical relay is adaptable to changing system condition. Now, multiple function. Multiple function is not possible in electromechanical relay and it is possible in numerical relay. Accuracy. Electromechanical relay is plus minus 5% or more. The accuracy limit of numerical relay is 2%, plus minus 2%. The electromechanical relay is slower than the numerical relay. The speed of operation is less in electromechanical relay than numerical relay. Burden on transducer is very high in electromechanical relay and it's extremely low in numerical relay. Consistency of calibration. Now, in electromechanical relay, the calibration deteriorates with time. But in case of numerical relay, no effect on calibration even after use of 20 to 25 years. Setting. Through plug setting in fixed steps. available in case of electromechanical, and software based settings are available for numerical relay. Memory features. Now in electromechanical relay, no memory of any type is available, and in microprocessor based relay, several memory features are available. Next is the comparison of static relay with electromagnetic relay and microprocessor based relay. As per technology standard, electromagnetic relay is of first generation relay, static relay is of second generation relay, and microprocessor based relay is the present generation relays. Operating principle. Electromagnetic relay use principle of electromagnetic principle. In static relay, transistors and ICs been used. Numerical based relay use microprocessor within built software and predefined values. Measuring elements or hardware. Now induction disc, electromagnets, induction cup, balance beam are the measuring elements in electromagnetic relay. In static relay, measuring elements or hardware are RLC, transistors, analog ICs, comparators. In case of numerical relay, the measuring elements are microprocessor, digital ICs, digital signal processors. Relay size. Electromagnetic relay is bulky in size, static relay is small in size, and numerical based relay is compact in size. Speed of response. Electromagnetic relay has the slowest speed of response with comparison of static relay and numerical based relay. Static relay is faster than electromagnetic relay but slower than numerical based relay. Numerical based relay or microprocessor based relay is the fastest relay comparison to electromagnetic relay and static relay.
That's all from today's class. If you have any problem, please contact with me. My contact details is given on the first slide. Thank you.